How did one diplomat's insights reshape global containment policy? Imagine a time when the world was divided, and the future seemed uncertain. A single diplomat's words changed how nations approached the threat of communism. That diplomat was George F. Kennan. His ideas about how to deal with the Soviet Union during the Cold War really shifted the way the United States responded to global expansion. Kennan believed that the Soviet Union was inherently expansionist and driven by a need to spread its influence to survive. He thought the best way to handle this was not through direct military conflict but by preventing its spread through careful political and economic measures. Kennan first shared these ideas in his 1946 long telegram, where he described the Soviet Union as suspicious and hostile to the West. He warned that the Soviets would try to expand their influence everywhere they could, including in colonies and neighboring countries. He stressed that the United States should be patient and firm, using a strategy called containment. This meant watching and stopping Soviet expansion without rushing into war. Later, in 1947, Kennan wrote the X article under a pseudonym, explaining this containment idea more clearly. He suggested that the United States should resist Soviet efforts to spread communism with steady, measured actions. This approach became the foundation of many policies like the Truman Doctrine, which promised support to countries fighting communism, and the Marshall Plan, which helped rebuild Western Europe to keep communism at bay. From the Soviet point of view, Kennan's ideas were seen as a way for capitalist countries, especially the United States, to isolate and weaken communism. They believed this policy justified many interventions around the world, like in Korea and Vietnam, where the goal was to stop communism from spreading further. These conflicts often caused serious problems for the countries involved, especially in Southeast Asia. Kennan later said that containment was sometimes misunderstood as a call for military confrontation. He believed it was meant to be a long-term political strategy. His analysis turned the Cold War into a contest of influence rather than direct war. It made the Soviet Union see the United States as a persistent rival and shaped how the world fought the Cold War. So, a single diplomat's ideas about how to deal with Soviet communism changed everything. His advice led to a policy that aimed to limit the spread of communism through political, economic, and limited military actions. This approach defined Cold War diplomacy and kept the idea of communism as a threat that needed to be contained, not defeated outright.